Welcome to Amy Learns to Cook. I'm Eric, and on today's show, we're going to make a bacon graham cracker crust. Ultimately, we're going to make a pie, but the first part is we got to make the crust. How many times have you just gone to the store and buy a pre-made? Why? Because it's easier, or you don't know how to do it. Worst case, you don't even make the pie. You buy the pie, or you just add Jell-O to it, and guess what? People can tell. Well, we're going to go to a potluck tonight, and it's nothing but pies. It's a pie party. Well, I figured we had to step it up a notch. So we're gonna add bacon. Why? Because bacon makes everything taste great. It's gonna be tender, it's gonna be flavorful, and it's gonna be great. And best yet, you don't need a steak knife to cut through bacon weave. That's for later, but not for this show. So let's make bacon graham cracker crust. So the first part of this is the bacon. You can either cook it in a large skillet and fry it up, or do what I'm about to do. I'm going to throw it in the oven at about 400 degrees for about 20-30 minutes until it crisps up. We have it on a rack. The idea is that it will cook evenly. I don't have to worry about it curling and burning on one part and not cooked on the other, because the biggest thing is I want this to be crisp, not burnt, and we're ultimately going to make it into little crumbs so it blends into the pie crust really well. And I just don't want any like uncooked parts. So I'm going to do it this way. And like I said, we're going to put it in here for about a half hour or so until it's done. The bacon is done. It was in the oven for about 20-22 minutes at 400 degrees. You really have to check it because it can get done in a hurry. We're getting ready to put the graham crackers into the food processor to kind of make a crumbs. You can obviously, put it in a Ziploc bag with a rolling pin and beat it really good, but I prefer laziness here. So I'm going to hit the pulse button several times. I'm going to try to make a cup and a half of crumbs if we're doing a 9-inch pie pan. We're doing a deep dish pan, so I need more than that, such as 2 cups. Okay, now it looks like it's all done. We're going to pull the crackers out. So now that the bacon has had a chance to cool off, we're going to go ahead and add it to the food processor. You can go ahead and put this in a Ziploc bag or something and beat it with a hammer or a rolling pin, but since I got one of these, why not? So we got that. Put this on. Let's take a quick look here. We just want to make sure we got like crumbs. And that looks like a pretty good consistency, so we'll go with that. So we're going to reserve a couple of tablespoons of the bacon for like a garnish later on the pie. For now, we're going to combine, in a normal 9-inch pie pan, you would normally need about 1/4 cup of brown sugar or white granulated sugar to go with your 1.5 cups of graham crackers. We're using an oversized pan, so we're going to go with a little bit more sugar, and we're just going to go and combine that into the graham crackers at this time. And then we're going to combine that to the bigger bowl with the bacon. And then we're going to drizzle. In a normal 9-inch pie, you normally would use 6 or 7 tablespoons of unsalted butter that's been melted. Since this is a bigger recipe, we're just going to go with the 1 stick, which is about 8 tablespoons. And we're just put Get in there. And already I can smell the combination of the graham crackers, the smokiness of the bacon. Can't smell the sugar yet, but I'm sure we'll taste that later. And it looks like it's mixed in pretty good. Now we're ready to put the pie crust in pan here. Sometimes it helps to use a glass or something that can kind of help you push it down and make it kind of even a little bit. Oops, be a little careful with that. Looking pretty good here. With most recipes, you can throw it in the oven at maybe 350 for 10 or 15 minutes. This particular recipe, we're actually going to throw this in the fridge for a half hour, and it's only going to get baked when we make the pie. After we put the pie filling in, we will then kind of bake it all together. So for this part, we're just going to throw it in the fridge and then we'll be done. The next part will be the rest of the pie. What's unique about this pie is because we put bacon in it, it's still light and fluffy like it should be, but the bacon definitely does not overpower. It just looks like it's sparsely in there, so it looks like you should be able to taste it and smell it and everything when you eat it, but it's not just bacon as if we would have just done a big old bacon weave. If you don't care for bacon, then you can omit it, but we're only adding it just for a twist. There's thousands of ways to make pies, and this is just one of them, but I think this is going to be a winner. If you like this recipe, please subscribe below. We're on Twitter at twitter.com/AmyLearnsToCook, and also visit our website at www.amylearnstocook.com.